Uncomfortable summers and soaring temperatures because of the heat in summers is always followed by monsoons. A lot of us love to soak in the fun during monsoons. Everything a beautiful, green, fresh makeover. A lot of us love to soak in the fun during this time. But with the rains come some niggling, common monsoon-related health problems. This time around, Health360 is identifying those problems. We worked out the solutions as well, and we're going to help you work your life around these common health ailments. This is Health360. I'm Sneha Mordani, and we're getting you your monsoon health check. Our top story first. Now, during this time of the year, it's very common to see a lot of people fall ill. Excessive humidity leads to excessive bacteria growth. And what we eat and drink, if it's not right, if it's put into our body, it affects the gut adversely. The gut, in fact, is the first to be affected. That's why many people face digestive problems, gastrointestinal problems during this time. Stomach infections is what we refer to them. Now, this report is going to give you an idea about the right kind of monsoon diet to ensure that all of these infections are kept at bay.
What do you associate with the rains and monsoons? Romance, bhajia, chai pakoda, jalebis and lots of time to smell the wet earth. Even we do. But unfortunately, rains also start the problems of gut infections, loose motions and gastrointestinal disease.
Because of the moisture, because of the increased temperature, this is an ideal environment for the bacteria, for the viruses to grow. And that is why this is the time that the infections are more common. Besides that, water stagnation is also more common. So with flooding also, which occurs during monsoon time, this leads to more infection.
So why are these infections so common during the monsoon season? Seasonal changes can affect gut health. Factors such as increased humidity, contaminated water and food, and weakened immunity can impact the gut. Eating out can be particularly risky.
See, eating out has become part of our day-to-day lives. Now, with caution means there are more chances of getting infection when you eat outside. The chances of infection from eating outside is much more than eating at home. So that's why you have to take caution that you should eat at a place where you feel that the food is hygienic, food is properly cooked and properly stored, and the chances of infection are less.
So what is gut health? Gut health refers to the overall well-being and optimal functioning of the gastrointestinal tract, which includes the stomach, small intestine and large intestine. It involves the balance of beneficial bacteria known as the gut microbiota and the integrity of the gut lining. Why is maintaining gut health important?
One of the most important things to take care of your gut is the quality of food, kind of food, the type of food, and how hygienic is the food you are eating. I think that is one of the most important things for gut health.
Increased humidity and moisture create a favorable environment for the growth of bacteria, viruses and fungi, which can lead to gastrointestinal infections. Heavy rainfall is increasing the risk of water contamination.
We are getting so many messages from different areas that people are getting contaminated and dirty water in the areas, and that's why they are getting ill.
Due to current situations in Delhi, due to these floods and all, the water treatment plants were shut down. And here at Ramnagar, we are facing contaminated water problems. With these problems, our children are getting ill and many people are hospitalized.
The rains have always reminded us of garam pakoras, chai and jalebi, but these are not healthy, far from it. The immune system may be slightly compromised during the monsoon, making you more susceptible to infections and digestive ailments. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.
Does the moisture and humidity in the air during this time of the year make your hair feel like that of Monica's from Friends? Well, as for me, it takes hours to get this look. In fact, it's easier to tame a lion than to tame my hair. If you feel like me, then this report clearly is for you. We're going to be helping you sort out frizzy hair and also address some common hair-related problems in this report.
Monsoon is here. Finally, some relief from the scorching heat. But like every year, I'm gonna have hair problems like extreme hair fall and frizzy hair. Your locks may become lifeless, frizzy and completely unmanageable like mine right now. So what do we do? Well, don't worry. Our experts will solve your monsoon messy hair problem.
Wash it every day. Yes, washing your hair every day is necessary to get rid of sweaty scalp and sticky hair. Don't forget the shampoo. But wait, won't shampooing every day dry my scalp?
Monsoon is the worst season for hair. I mean, you have a maximum hair fall. There's no bounce. They look horrible. What I say is just wash it every day. Hair should be clean because I think we sweat a lot. And I think this sweat is like an oil. And when this oil sticks on the scalp, it becomes like a dandruff. And dandruff means it's like a poison. So just keep it clean. Dandruff is pollution. Dandruff is body oil. So this has to be washed out.
Skip conditioner and do pre-conditioning. This will keep hair soft and healthy.
Starting with number 1, you should be using the right anti-frizz shampoo. Any good anti-frizz shampoo which will control the frizziness of the hair is perfect for you. The second thing is obviously hydration. So we need a good hydrating mask, yeah, to tame your unruly hair. And obviously you can, choose the right mask according to your hair type. The hair tends to get either unruly or frizzy. So what you could do is you could mix in a leave-in cream with a serum. Why a serum? A serum consists of oils which will help control, the volume and the frizziness of the hair. So you can mix both of them together and apply it on damp hair.
Dry it quickly. After washing your hair, use a dryer on a low heat setting to quickly dry it. Dandruff and flatness will be avoided by doing this. Let your hair breathe. During monsoon, avoid constantly tying it up. It causes hair fall and scalp to sweat. Avoid wet hair. Never leave the house with wet hair. Dust, pollution and humidity all negatively impact hair and hasten hair loss. Prior to leaving, make sure to quickly dry it off. Clarifying shampoos. Once a week, wash your hair with a clarifying shampoo or an oily hair shampoo. You should still do it even if your hair is dry because it will help maintain your scalp and hair clean during the humid season. When absolutely essential, follow these tips.
Hair styling has become an integral part because everybody wants to look the best and hair is one of the major attractions. But same time, please do not overstyle it. Just hair is the only organ of the body which grows at the rate of 2 centimeters per month. A thing which grows so rapidly gets destabilized the first. So all these styling products, all this hair, this heating, all these things destroy the hair.
Rainwater is harmful. If your hair becomes wet while it's raining, wash it as quickly as possible with a mild shampoo. Along with these tips, it is also important to keep a healthy diet. It might be wise to make some dietary changes as well. You may be deficient in important vitamins and minerals that support strong, healthy hair. Another embarrassing and contagious problem that increases during the rainy season is lice infestation. Due to changes in temperature and an increase in humidity, lice breed during the season.
I think number one is, of course, keep your scalp clean, the most important. Number two, shampoo daily. Number three, you're not putting oil on the scalp. Number four, no oil in the night. Number five, if you are using mousse or gel, it's not touching your scalp at all. Maybe serum, you can use serum after the wash. I think serum is better because serum base is silicone. But silicone is not oil, but it works like oil. I think just follow these things, you'll be fine.
In any case, if your problems increase despite following these tips, then it's advisable to speak to a certified doormat who can fix your problem and keep your monsoon hair issue at bay. As you can see, my hair looks very manageable right now and I look fantastic. With video journalist Sachin Chandok, this is Kshitija Gosavi for India Today.
Monsoons can be a nightmare for those with oily skin and a bad dream for anybody with regular, normal skin. Because whichever category you fit into, our skin can be very, very prone to breakouts during this time because of the humidity and the grime. Here's the complete skin care routine for monsoons for you.
Monsoon comes as a huge relief after the extreme heat of summer. Rains wash off all the dust from the air and brings alive the natural beauty of the environment. As the humidity in the air rises, we find our skin dull and it also starts losing its glow. Monsoon is a nightmare for acne-prone skin. We notice our body fighting against the outside world and our skin is trying to fight off the harmful elements that can damage it. The humidity level tends to make our skin oily and it results in a lot of sweating, which makes our pores vulnerable.
Thing is, however good your skin is, it's going to bear the brunt of the monsoon season is something you've got to understand. So you've got to take a little better care of your skin than usual. The first thing is in terms of cleansers. Use a lighter hydrating cleanser. So the skin does become oily, it becomes clogged, it becomes sticky. These are the changes that you will see in your skin and you might need to feel like, you want to wash it off again, but don't use a cleanser more than twice generally. And if you're very, very oily skin, then maybe thrice. That's one thing. Then move to a lighter moisturizer. Important to use a lighter moisturizer, and as a doctor I don't normally recommend toners, but it's the only time I think toners works fine.
Hydration is the key here.
Hydrofacial, absolutely a nice good facial which doesn't use very thick products and is just, so hydrofacial will cleanse, it'll exfoliate, it'll hydrate and it'll extract all your dead skin cells, your comedones and your pores. So that is a must do in the monsoon season because the sebaceous glands become more active and the pores get clogged up. So that's why, and then they become sort of look much bigger. So you have to make sure. So it's nice to be able to do a exfoliating, hydrating medical facial which will cleanse like it, which will just give you a much fresher and a cleaner look on your face.
Like every other good thing, monsoons have a downside to them. We love how a good shower quenches the thirst of the soil and gives us the much needed respite from the scorching sun. But the rude awakenings on mornings navigate the flooded streets of the city to reach work. Getting on a train with a swarm of people can make the rainy months a bit unpleasant. Body odor during the rainy month is inevitable and something one shouldn't shy away from acknowledging.
Body odor, it depends. So you've got to have less garlic first of all. Have a good shower where you should be like nice, fresh smelling, use a good antiseptic shower gel when you're having a shower, and also make sure that you have a good deodorant on before you step out and a good spray on before you. A light lemon lavender sprays you can spray on your body.
While it can be a lot of fun to dance in the rain, the downpour season is a surefire recipe for vague allergies. Eczema is one of the most common skin diseases, and it is caused by inflammation and disordered immune system. The heat and moist combination during monsoon cause itching or rashes, leading to a speedy bacterial growth caused by sweating. Rainy days are ideal for the fungi, bacteria and viruses to thrive, and for causing infections and fungal infections are quite common during monsoons. And if it is not treated properly, it may get aggravated into stubborn skin diseases, causing severe itching, scarring, rash and redness. Follow these very essential skincare strategies for healthy skin during the summer to monsoon transition. With Lavanya Rotella, Bureau Report, India Today.
A major concern during this time of the year is mosquito-borne diseases like malaria, dengue, chikungunya, and also water-borne diseases like typhoid and hepatitis A. This report is going to give you an idea about recognizing and identifying these diseases, their symptoms, and how you can keep yourself and your family safe.
First, the floods.
How can anybody whose house is submerged in 3 feet water stay here? Frogs were jumping around,
Right.
and I am sure snakes must be there.
And then the risk of several infections. The water levels have receded, but fears of dengue fever caused by the mosquitoes breeding in dirty and stagnant water remains. During the monsoon season, increased rainfall leads to water accumulation, creating breeding grounds for mosquitoes. Additionally, stagnant water in containers, discarded tires and open drains become a hotbed for mosquito larvae. As climate change continues to impact our planet, the incidence of mosquito-borne diseases is expected to rise. In fact, a disease usually seen in tropical countries is now even being seen in Europe. How can India, with the perfect climate for mosquito breeding, be spared then?
So it's a mosquito-borne viral infection, and the temperature and the climatic conditions in India are very congenial for the virus and the mosquito to multiply. At the same time, at the moment, we are experiencing a tremendous climate change, and with the unexpected floods and the rains, it is also propagating the multiplication of the virus and the mosquitoes, which are the Aedes aegypti mosquitoes that transmit the dengue virus.
Dengue is a viral infection that spreads from mosquitoes to people. It is more common in tropical and subtropical climates. Most people who get dengue won't have symptoms. But for those who do, the most common symptoms are high fever, headache, body aches, nausea and rash.
The signs that are warning signs, which are the ones to really look out for and to hospitalize, include a severe pain in the abdomen, tremendous vomiting, unable to take anything orally, breathing difficulty, drowsiness, or a bleeding from the nose or the teeth or gums. Otherwise, majority of the patients actually in dengue are asymptomatic. They may not really get any symptoms.
Diseases that raise their ugly heads in monsoons are typhoid, cholera, hepatitis A, dengue, malaria and chikungunya. Here is some advice.
So most importantly, eat healthy, home-cooked, nutritious food. When you're eating outside, especially street food, eat only things which are well cooked and avoid raw fruits or raw stuff when eating out. Water has to be filtered or boiled. Avoid going to the swimming pools at this point of time because you may pick up an infection. And lastly, it is important to update your vaccinations, whether it is for typhoid or hepatitis A or influenza. This is a time that you should look at your vaccination record and update yourself.
Work on building your immunity and take these basic safety precautions. With Akshay Dongre and Sneha Mordani, Bureau Report, India Today.
Styes, conjunctivitis and problems wearing lenses. This report is going to be telling you why our eyes are prone to infections during this time of the year and what you can do to keep them safe.
The moisture brought by the rains brings temperatures down, providing relief from scorching heat, and is seen as a symbol of prosperity, festivity and joy across the nation. But the moisture-laden winds that breathe life into the landscape also gives life to a legion of infections that can affect various parts of your body in different ways. Some of these issues are skin deep, while others affect deep in your gut. But your immune system is very effective in tackling these infections. These microorganisms burgeon in high humidity and warm temperatures, which means that one is more likely to get an infection during these wet months.
Eye infection essentially that we see during rainy seasons could be of two areas of the eye, two parts of the eye. One is called conjunctivitis, which is conjunctiva is a transparent membrane covering the white of the eye, and its infection is called conjunctivitis. And then there's something called keratitis, where the central corneal area, which appears dark, was actually transparent. That gets infected, and that's a more serious form of infection.
As the eyes are not connected to the immune system, dusty and stormy weather exacerbates the situation by facilitating the movement of the microorganisms through the air. Conjunctivitis, corneal ulcers and styes become common.
Eye infection essentially that we see during rainy seasons could be of two areas of the eye, two parts of the eye. One is called conjunctivitis, which is conjunctiva is a transparent membrane covering the white of the eye, and its infection is called conjunctivitis. And then there's something called keratitis, where the central corneal area, which appears dark, was actually transparent. That gets infected, and that's a more serious form of infection. So for conjunctivitis, the typical symptoms would be redness, which you know as a red eye or a pink eye, discharge, watering. Sometimes there could be swelling of the lids. In contrast, for corneal infections, there would be similar symptoms, but in addition there's likelihood of pain being there, which could range from mild to severe.
This is not what you're supposed to do. And if you do have to rub your eyes, ensure that you have clean hands. Another advice would be not to step out during stormy or dusty weather. And if you do have to step out, always remember to keep cool sunglasses handy.
It is not just a grandma's tale. Eating carrots really help. Not just carrots, eating food rich in vitamin A, C and E such as carrots, kale and salmon also improves eye health. Those who wear contact lenses are most at risk as they continuously need to touch their eyes. Besides, there is constant need to continuously change the lenses. And the solution: people using lenses should also avoid using them while swimming.
This premise comes from the higher rate of infections, or higher incidence of infections, eye infections during monsoons. But I would not agree with that, and most of my patients continue to wear. The only important thing here being that you have to ensure proper hygiene and proper contact lens care. If one is careful about that, I don't see any reason to discontinue contact lens use during monsoons. And most of my patients continue to happily wear it.
Apart from being aware about the infections, symptoms and tips to take care of, it is also important to stay hydrated. Dehydrated eyes become more itchy, dried and discomforting. With Dhruv Yadav from Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
That brings us to the end of this edition of Health 360. I'm thanking you on behalf of the entire team. We hope you enjoyed watching the show. You can find this report and much more going up on our website as well. It's indiatoday.in. You can also find stories relating to health and wellness on all of India Today's social media platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. Until next time, stay safe and enjoy the monsoons to the fullest. Thank you for watching.